AFseltzer.com. Get some 8% seltzer shipped right to your house. We got the peach, we got the watermelon, we got the pina colada, and the blue raspberry. We're also available in over 200 stores in the state of Florida and Tennessee. And if you're heading out to the Major League ballparks this summer, make sure to check us out in the Miami Marlins Stadium, as well as Tropicana Field, home to the Tampa Bay Rays, as well as the Tampa Bay Rowdies. We are live inside all three stadiums. So if you're down in Florida this year, check us out. Go to hardafseltzer.com today and check your store locator or order them right to your house.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
JB's!
What's up?
Wow, dude, what isn't up?
Today's your day.
Today's your day.
Today's your day.
It's our day.
There you
James,
go.
you got to live out your true crime in real life last night.
Yeah, for a little bit. Then I got tired. It was taking too long. But yeah, I realized like I could not be dispatch. And if like a chase, I mean, I won't give away too much. Go ahead.
No, it's fine.
If it takes
It's
too long, then
fine.
I would just be like, let's just let it go.
I'm just happy that you have your answer of whether or not that would be something you would want to pursue later in life. The answer is definitely no.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. You don't want to be a police officer or a detective or work in a crime unit or something like that.
Detective.
It's too much time.
How?
It's all too much time.
No.
Yeah.
No.
You still got to stake out and find it and do the thing. Yes.
It's all just fun and quick edits.
It is not
You know
Law
what I
and
mean?
Order.
There's
it's
never
not solved in an hour.
Even the court, being in court, that's just like people are getting up quick, back down, no recess. You know what I mean?
No,
So
not solved in 42 minutes and 30 seconds, unfortunately. Told this story on Drinking Bros. Fake news yesterday at the top of the show. My car got stolen out of my driveway last night, which is fun. Also not unexpected.
Sure.
Now, I've said this since we moved here. When you come to a city like Austin that is exploding like this and you decide to defund the police and all that other shit, crime that's downtown will eventually come out to the burbs. It's just a matter of time. Now, how do I know this, you ask? I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta was an Austin-ish town way back in the day. I'm a few summers older than Jables, but back in the day, it was a small town, and then it grew, and then the highways and everything else. And by the time I got to high school, it started to become a bigger city, and crime started to come out to the burbs. We used to go to this place called Buckhead, which is now trying to secede from the rest of the Fulton County. It's a huge story in America right now, and they're calling it a black and a white thing. It's not. It's just the county's too huge. For that many police, you need two different police departments.
Doesn't it make sense though, Ross? Like you go to the burbs to hit a lick?
It does eventually, right? But usually criminals are too lazy to steal outside of that because it's a lot of work. It's exactly like we were talking about. Now, the reason I'm telling you this Atlanta story is that was the first time in my life I had a gun drawn on me. In my life, I was 18 years old. I was a senior in high school. We were kind of in the middle of my neighborhood towards downtown in the Buckhead area. Just got out of the bars, had the fake IDs, we're doing the fun stuff. The guy ahead of us at a Taco Bell drive-thru ordered 40 tacos. I don't know if you guys remember this, but back in the day, they used to, at Taco Bell, get tacos by the 10-pack. And they used to give you the box.
Case, Ross. Let's don't play it down.
Yeah.
This was an amazing time when you pulled up to
Yes.
that drive-through and let me get 4 cases.
Yes.
Yeah.
Four fucking cases. And they gave you a box. because you were going somewhere. It was like a toolkit, and you were like, "Oh shit!" But it was tacos,
Right, and then
it
a
was
bag,
amazing.
just like an extra plastic bag in case you can't make it to the bathroom,
Yeah,
dude.
and then it was just full of sauce, hot and milds. Let's go.
fire.
Fire's the way to go.
Fire's the way to go.
Fire.
Of the fire.
Fire's
is
the way to
That's
go.
why I came up with J Fire. No, I'm just
It'll
kidding.
clean off a dirty penny if you stick it inside. That's true, by the way. So with that being said, as the third box is being inserted into this guy's window, my buddy lays on the horn. And he's like, "What the fuck, man? Like, nobody orders that many this late at night. There's a line at Taco Bell at 2 a.m. Like,
Right.
let's pump the brakes here." Homeboy gets out of the car with a gun. Now,
Okay.
cameras and all that shit didn't really exist back then, so you could actually do that and get away with it. And just walks.
Cameras didn't exist?
No.
How old were you?
Well,
Okay. Back in my day,
The new kind of cameras.
the new kind of camera.
the-
So
the-
kept
the talkies.
couple summers younger.
Yeah, but anyway,
90s, 90s,
Not the
90s.
not the cameras everywhere, the CCTV like in
90s.
every.
No, they didn't even have that.
China wasn't as big yet.
Yeah,
Right,
sure
right,
wasn't.
right,
We
right.
didn't hear about China back then.
I don't think it existed.
Probably wasn't even on the map.
Yeah.
Just walked right up to the window of the driver's side and held the gun in my buddy's head. And he goes, "If you honk your fucking horn one more time, I'm going to blow your brains out."
I like it. I like him.
So do I.
I like him.
And I wasn't mad at it.
Sure.
But in the back seat, as an 18-year-old, I'm scared shitless. And I'm
Right.
like, holy fuck. And the guy was so calm about it. My buddy was just like, "Oh, my God, I'm sorry. Homeboy just walks back to the car, gets the last box of tacos still, because that didn't interrupt anything, nor did they call the police, and then drives off.
Of course not, Ross.
And I was like, yo, what the fuck, man? We can just do this now? Yes, you can do that now, because when police forces are stretched, they don't really give a shit. Then I go to Columbus, Ohio, big city. Now, Columbus, red city. They don't give a shit up there. Work with those guys bouncing outside of Ludlow's for 4 years up there. You did anything towards a cop there, you're getting taken to a warehouse, and a lock is going to be put in a sock before you go downtown, and they're kicking the Christ out of you. Now, this is back in the day. All those guys are probably retired, wink, but you admired it and you saw what went on there, and it wasn't that bad crime-wise in Columbus, Ohio. Then I go to New York after that. New York, not great. Not great up there. And you saw what crime was really like. And then Giuliani came in and ended up cleaning up the city. And for 10 years, even Bloomberg was pretty goddamn good as well, but he had the stop and frisk policy and everything else. It was clean for a while, and it was a good 10, 12-year run for New York City. And then it was over. First time I got mugged in New York was right after that. Only got rolled for about $400. I'm pissed off about it, but I lived, and it was fine. It was right around the Madison Square Garden area, and there's nothing you can do. Go up to a cop in New York City and say you got rolled for $400. Cool, man. Have a great night.
Right.
You know, you're fine. Then we
Right.
moved to Los Angeles. Los Angeles, when I moved there, wasn't terrible. Now, I don't know what it was like for you initially during that period, but it wasn't that bad. Most of the crime was downtown, hadn't really gotten into the Hollywood area and up to the hills yet. For you?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah.
So first couple years go by, first car gets stolen. I'm up in Hollywood and I'm like, holy shit. They take it, call the police, and I'm like, oh my God, and they got our wallets and all that other shit, and it's crazy. And you're like, oh my God, we're gonna die, and everything else. And I go, can you find the car? And LAPD looks at me and he goes, unless it's drugs or murder, no, we just
Yeah.
don't have time for that. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah, best case scenario, somebody leaves it on the side of the road, and then a tow truck will find it, tow it someplace, they'll report it, and then we'll call you. If the car's fucked up, you deal with it on your own insurance policy, and that's it.
Right.
And you're like, all right, well, fuck. That's kind of it. They found the car. OnStar finds the car. They get it. They do the prints. They tow it away. I go and get it back. It's an $800 experience. There's a bunch of dirty bathing suits in there and porn and some fun things.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah, but what did they add?
Yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So all your stuff was still there, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Nothing was taken. When my first car got stolen, I had like just been super or have always been into Big Lebowski. So I decided it would be funny to just do that whole thing with them. They didn't think it was funny.
What did
But-
you do?
What do you mean?
What'd you do with them?
Oh, I just called them, did the report, and I'm like, find much of these stolen cars. They're like, what was in it? I'm just like, papers, business papers. They're like, what do you do? I'm like, bartender. I just did the whole Big Lebowski bit with them.
Sure.
I'm like, let me know if you get any leads.
Yeah.
They're like, whatever. Drunk ass. Hi. They're like, we don't, the car was just somebody Joy Road.
Yeah.
Joy Road?
We'll make
Doesn't
it a word
sound
today.
right.
We'll make it a word today.
Found it on a railroad tracks. No big deal. But that was, at a very young age, I realized they don't care. And also,
do not care.
I get it.
I do too.
It's also like if once we get into it with Trey of like what we had to do, like they have time for that shit.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, how hard it was for us to even get to that point.
Well, not only that, when you
They
don't
have
have
a lot
enough
of-
funding now,
But even
your cases are even smaller, where it's like, hey, it's got to be murder or drugs or guns.
either way. I mean, even I have some sort of vested interest, and I got tired after. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
we can't do this.
Can't do it.
So I can't imagine someone that doesn't care and has like 10, 20, 50 other calls of the exact same thing happening.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
I get it too.
So-
Second car gets stolen in L.A. That one, shitty car, somebody I dated. They just hacked it with a Phillips head screwdriver. Cow.
So it was somebody you dated's car.
Correct, but it was in front of my house. They were at my house.
Okay.
They were staying in my house.
So they blamed you.
Are we going through every car that you got stolen?
Well, there's only two
There's
more.
four.
There's two more.
There's
so
four.
That's it. So,
Okay.
but this is a quick one.
Okay.
Broken axle. They joyride.
Sure.
Broken
Sounds-
axle, side of the road. No big deal. Towed it away. Same thing. We found your car. No, you didn't. It was in the middle of the road and somebody towed it. Let's be honest here.
Right.
Third one was the White's O.J. Simpson Bronco. Range 15. We were all eating at a sushi restaurant, and I parked right across the street on Sunset. Gone. They found it. Same thing, blown out shits, joyride. Hey, you're in charge of the car. Fuck off. That's kind of it. Now that's what they're hoping with mine. So when we moved to Austin, I said, wow, city's growing fast. And when you started the defund the police movement and you had all the shit downtown, I said the crime would come out to the burbs eventually. It took about 3 years, and we're here.
But
now,
wasn't this from San Antonio?
hang on. So
Okay.
3 weeks ago, because I'm in all the HOA groups and all that stuff, some cars got rummaged through in the neighborhood, and I was like, God damn, dude, that's weird. I didn't expect this in a neighborhood like this out in like the suburbs of Austin. That's a far drive for crime. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a lot of places around here that are low class, so to speak, where it's not, some dirty apartment complex like down in Atlanta or
But
something.
that's where, if you are a professional, that's where you go.
Correct.
Because people are they feel very safe.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And so they
100%.
start to let their guard down a little
Right.
bit.
So I read this in the HOA thing, and I'm shocked because I'm like, holy shit, not in this neighborhood. No way. And then another one. And then boom, our car gets stolen. Cop comes over yesterday. We report it's stolen, and he goes, great, here's my information. He's like, I apologize, I got to go. There's some other houses in your neighborhood that I've got to take reports on. I was like, oh, shit, how many did this happen to? And he's like, quite a few. That was it. We exchanged information. He goes, I'll call you back. And I was like, man, as soon as I shut the door, I go, I'm not hearing from this guy today.
No.
No, not a
Rightly
prayer.
so. Rightly so.
Yeah. Now, here's where technology comes in, Giorgio. With a Ford F-150, there's this thing called the Ford Pass that tracks your car. You can see how much gas is in the tank, where it's at, the location of it, everything else. I checked the Ford Pass yesterday afternoon, and it's in the same location, and it's in San Antonio. And it says it's been there for 6 hours. Well, I got a listener here who was listening to the show yesterday. He's a buddy of mine, close friend of the show, Trey Wetzel. So I called him and I go, hey, dude, are you at work? And he goes, yeah, but I'm off in like an hour. I was like, what's up? And I go, hey, man, my car got stolen, but I've got the address of where it's at. Would you mind just driving over there? So instead of me paying the towing company and all that shit, I'll just drive out to San Antonio, grab the car back,
Sure.
and we're good.
Wouldn't that be nice?
It'd be awesome. Because according to the Ring footage, it had left the neighborhood at like 4:08 in the morning. The car was there for 6 hours. Homeboy was probably sleeping. That would have been awesome. He drives over there. He said it's a relatively decent neighborhood and a decent apartment complex next to it. But they got garages. And he goes, man, unless somebody's stashing this in a garage, I don't see the fucking car. And I was like, man, that's weird. They probably ditched the sensor or whatever. Didn't think anything about it. 8:30 last night, we put the kids down. You're relaxing in bed, about to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Decided to flip on the old Ford Pass.
Sure.
Car's on the move.
Ooh.
And they filled it up with 100 miles of gasoline. Now I'm all in, okay?
So what do you do?
I'm all in. So I call Trey.
You call Trey, man on the
Trey
streets.
Wetzel. Is he in the Zoom yet?
Yes, and by the way, I look at this. He's in front.
Look at you,
He's
motherfucker.
in front of the car, you motherfucker.
You like it?
Love it. Love it. It looks very professional, like body cam. He took like body cam angle.
Oh,
love that.
Fuck, dude.
Love
fuck.
that.
So I called Trey and I said, hey, man, where are you at? And he goes, I apologize. I'm having dinner with family. And I was like, oh, shit, you just got married?
He apologized to you?
He goes, I can't do the car thing right now. I'm having
you're right.
dinner with family. And I was like, oh, shit, he with Vanessa because he just got married.
Right.
We're friends with his wife as well.
Yes.
And he goes, no, I'm in Olive Garden.
Okay.
Real family. Real family.
Trey, we love you,
Rob,
bud.
pop up the pic of the bowl there on the screen, if you will, for me, just to show that this is real. Because he sends me an empty shot of the bowl. So I know this bowl.
Good
I know
for
this
him.
very well. This is the salad you start with, and that's the spin dip you start with. So I know Trey's got a full fucking meal after this, right?
Well, okay.
Shrimp scampi, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
That scampi, dog. You got to get that scampi in you, dude.
Oh.
So, Trey, I call you and you go, hey, dude, I'm down to do this. I'm with my buddy Andrew. We're going to go and look for this. But just let me finish up the meal. And I go, brother, you're at Olive Garden. Absolutely. I wouldn't tell you to stop a meal at Olive Garden.
Right.
And you were kind enough to go and look for the car. Tell everybody about your back history of where you worked and where you were a police officer at.
I was a patrol officer in New Iberia, Louisiana, with the Iberia Parish Sheriff's Office from 2006 to 2012.
Okay, to 2012?
Down on the bayou.
Oh, so you've seen the worst of the worst shit then?
Like all the Steven Seagal shit, dude. All of it.
Yeah, all of it. We got Clayne Crawford and Max Martini coming on the show tomorrow. They got a movie coming out, a new one called The Channel, about the Irish Channel down in New Orleans, and it's all fucking crime. Huge shock, right? So
Clayne will pull that off well.
Yeah,
I love Max too.
Great movie. Just saw the screener last night. It comes out this weekend. We'll chat about that tomorrow. But you said, hell yeah, I'm ready to get my cop shit on. I'll go and find this car for you. So you get in the car with Andrew. I start giving you updates. The screen starts to freeze. And I'm seeing the mileage tick down on the gas tank, and I'm like, oh, shit, they're down to like, 60, 70 miles at this point. And Trey, you said, hey, I think your app might be slow there. Let's wait till he hits a gas station, and he's there for about 5 minutes. Is that typical in what you do in the past?
Really, back then, we didn't have updates like that, so it was just kind of keeping eyes out and trying to find them, but... Dude, the technology made it a hell of a lot easier, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I bet it did. And, even though we were 4 or 5 minutes behind, Trey was correct. We were able to locate it on the map, and I go, all right, they've been at this location for about 5 minutes. Now I wake up Jabes at this point.
Right.
Jabes has got the map out. She's in it, everything. She's all in, and we're chasing them and everything else.
We're ruling, smoking,
doing the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, donuts. I ordered donuts. I don't know why. Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
First you jewel, then you rule.
And then it's donuts. And
Donuts,
then it's night-night.
And so we were in it.
We were fully in it.
I was on you were telling him the address, and then I was on trying to see what direction. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I probably wasn't helping, but I felt like I was in it.
You were.
And
you were killing it, James.
Thanks so much, Detective. Thank you. Thank you. Stay away from this.
Stay away from this.
Yeah, it's too big for you.
It's too big for you. Now, I'm looking at the map. I see the 2 gas stations, and I'm remembering what Trey said earlier in the call of wait till they get to a gas station. I was like, and then I see the gas tank filling up, and I'm like, oh, shit, 70 miles, 80 miles, 100 miles. He's trying to fill up this motherfucker.
Right.
He gets to about 220, and then it stops.
Right.
220 miles. The truck itself holds about 500 miles of gas in it. It's an F-150, big tank, all that shit. And I go, Trey, I think they're there. Now, Trey pulls up with his buddy. Rob, play the footage next to Trey here, and they start filming, and he goes, dude, I think I found your fucking car. Is this it? Play the footage, Bob. There it is. Give it a little volume there, Bob. Feel free. Okay.
There's no volume.
There was. There's volume on the video, but
Oh, whoa.
so as this is going on there we go. There's the volume. Okay. Because now you feel like you're really in it. So
That's
there's my
it.
truck. Trey found the truck.
Weird. It's so weird. But also, so after this, I'll ask Trey something.
Yeah, so Trey, what are you thinking now here at this point? Is it's at the stoplight ready to turn left?
From
I was just trying to not spook him.
Yep.
That's it.
Right.
Holy shit,
I was listening to that audio. Yeah, I was trying not to spook him, kind of stay back a little bit. Like, I know how to tail somebody. But
Yeah.
I think when he got to that apartment complex is where we fucked up, but I'll let you get to that part.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
So he takes a left here, and it is indeed my truck. And now, the reason why Trey sent me this and that screenshot that is behind him on his lovely Zoom.
How fucking wild is that, dude?
Yeah, we're on the phone going back and forth. You can hear the audio, and it's
I
great.
felt bad for Andrew
You're right,
until
Trey. Wait till
until
they
this
get
moment,
down.
because then he was like, yeah, hell yeah, dude, like the adrenaline.
Yeah.
But before that, I was like, yeah.
Andrew was high on acid.
Oh.
Stop it.
No.
He was high on
Andrew
acid
dropped
last
a
night?
tab of acid before we went to Olive Garden.
Okay.
Before
Wait, hang on.
that's
So you can cut this video,
weird.
Rob. You can cut that video right there. So that makes more sense, Trey, because at one point during our conversation, Andrew says, and I don't know if you remember this last night, he goes, man, I always miss out on these Olive Garden dinners, man. And the fucking one night I come out, dude, I knew it. We did it, man. We're doing shit again.
You're the
He was all in.
man.
You're the man.
Yeah, you're the man.
I knew it was gonna be a good night because Drew told me, like, first off, he had his sunglasses on inside the apartment. I was like, oh, you dropped a tab, didn't you? And he said, yes, I did.
And that's
I said,
just like
okay.
a normal, just like taking a gummy for him, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
good. Just
He-
easy peas.
It's what he do.
Right?
But,
Right?
So then we get to Olive Garden, and there is a dude ass naked in the parking lot.
Perfect.
Yes.
And I'm like, fuck yeah, here we go, dude. This is gonna be a night.
Yeah.
And so we're waiting to get our table, and the naked gentleman, who's now fully clothed, walks in and requests a table, and they're like, "No, dude, get the fuck out of here."
Yes.
Who's
So-
now fully clothed.
Give that applause. Give
Yeah.
that applause right
Yeah.
there. Good for him. Because
Good
you're
for
family
him.
at Olive Garden. You're family there.
Yeah.
And you can do that
family,
type of shit.
family forgives.
They sure do.
So 1 second you could be naked in the parking lot.
Yep.
Put your clothes on, and it's all squashed, right?
Sure is. Boom. Sit down, have some breadsticks.
Family.
They're endless.
Right,
Family.
right.
Family, as Vin Diesel would say. So after the meal, you guys get in the car and you track it down. Now, Jabes gives up after about 45 minutes, goes a little bit of night-night, writes. I wake her up and I go, you're not going to believe this. I need your fucking phone.
Yeah.
Trey found the car and I've got to use your phone to call PD.
Right.
While I'm updating the tracker and all this other stuff. Trey, you boxed this guy in at an apartment complex last night, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the entrance like? What did the guy look like? And what were you watching as this is going on?
It was a white guy in a suit.
Sure wasn't.
Sorry.
I saw him pull into the complex, and so when he pulled in, I turned in behind him, and like I was keeping enough distance back so I could, once he turned off, I could see where he turned into the complex, right? And when he pulled in, it was only one way in and out, which was good to start with, right? And then he takes a right, and like some people came out and they started either putting something in or taking shit out of the truck, like out of the bed of the truck.
Perfect.
Wow. What
so-
was it, do you think?
Beach chairs.
I couldn't see it, dude. It was dark, but probably shit that they were stealing.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're already
But-
doing it, just keep doing it.
just
Do you
keep
know what
doing
I
it.
mean?
Yeah.
It's
Keep
double
doing it.
jeopardy.
Just
You can't-
yeah.
You can't be arrested.
You're
without having
already-
stolen property in your stolen property.
Yeah,
You're already
yeah,
good.
yeah.
You're already good at
yeah,
that
yeah, for sure.
Which I like. Now, I think at this point, you got him boxed in. I think you said it was a gated complex or something. And you're like, hey, call San Antonio PD on the other line. So I called them and I called the dispatcher and they said, hey, we're sending somebody. And I'm like, great. So now I'm on the phone. I'm on your phone. I'm on the phone with Trey on the other phone. And we're just waiting. Minute goes by. 2 minutes goes by, 3 minutes, and it's agonizing right now.
Right.
And it's exactly like live PD, where you're just like, oh, shit.
Hours.
I need to ask Trey, though, was there any part of you that was like, do I get out? Like, do I do anything more than what I'm doing? Like, was there any part of you? Not that I wanted you to, but.
Had it not been him and like 9 other dudes, me and Andrew were about to go fuck him up.
Was it?
Car.
Oh, okay. So it was a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was there 9?
Like if we could have caught him, if we could have
Just
got
by
to
himself.
the gas station 30 seconds earlier.
Yeah.
Then when we found it, we'd have snatched the truck right there.
And just like rolled up on him, or like what would you?
Oh, I'd have robbed him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you could call the cops and tell them that I robbed you.
Exactly. Exactly.
I took the stolen
I know
car.
that's what I was hoping, but then I was like, no, I don't want. Like, I don't want this to end in like a really horrible way. Like, started out as a fun chase, and then I hear gunshots over the. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what dispatch said. So I'm on the phone with both of them at the same time on speaker, so I can hear Trey. Trey can hear the dispatcher, and then they can at least communicate to each other, right?
Yeah.
And she said, whatever you do, don't follow him. It's super dangerous. And it was like, motherfucker, my car was robbed from my driveway. That was super dangerous. But we don't care about that.
Right.
5 minutes goes by, 6 minutes goes by. And then that's when you said, Trey, you're like, oh, shit. He's leaving. Like, they've grabbed some shit, and he's about to get back in the car, right?
Did he see you? Did he know what you were doing, Trey?
Not at that point.
Okay.
I was able to follow him for probably about another 1.5 miles.
Okay.
And then we got to like a 40-mile-an-hour speed zone. He was going like probably 65, 75 in between there. And I used to be a cop, but I'm not no more.
Sure.
And I didn't know if Tetherball was going to cover the speeding ticket.
Oh, we're gonna cover all kinds.
We would have covered
We're gonna
all of
cover
it.
all kinds of stuff for
Yeah,
you. We're
there was
sending you.
I knew you guys would.
We're sending you a gift basket.
Well, I told him, I said, what's your dream? And he goes, I want to go to Comedy Mothership. I was like, great, we'll get you a table
Perfect.
and all
Come
that
on
stuff
down.
there. Come on down, and we're all good. I'll take care of you. We'll give you some seltzer.
You're gonna give him the VIP
everything.
section
The whole
if they
thing,
have
yes.
one.
I will give you the VIP. There is booths there.
Okay.
I'll give you the VIP there. But with that, I'm on the other phone with dispatch, and then San Antonio PD never showed up. They never came. And at this point, we're friends in real life. We've known each other for years and years and years. And I'm like, hey, dude, It's been a fun hour. To Trey's credit, he found him in 44 minutes with an app that was 4 minutes behind.
With a belly full of scampi.
Belly full
Do you know
of
what I mean?
scampi,
That's
dude.
hard. That's hard to do.
I was scamped up like
you were
a motherfucker.
scamped up. You were jeweling and ruling.
It was a scampy party last night. Belly full of scamp. And he said, hey, dude, I love you, but I lost him. And is it okay if I go home? I said, yes, dude, you did your job. However, can you go home?
He didn't say, is it okay if I go home? He said, but I'm fucking done. But I love you.
But I said, the last thing I said to him, I said, Trey, when you go home, do you tell your lovely new bride, Vanessa, that you had the perp in your sights and you let him get away after being a cop for 7 years?
No.
She still got hers.
Yeah, but listen, like that also is not a story you want to hear. Like, what are you doing for fucking Ross? You're putting your life in danger.
You're like, no, I'm just following this drug cartel. For, Skippy and Joe in the morning.
Yeah, it's cool.
No, she just wanted to know if I was going to stop and get beer on the way home.
Oh yeah.
Stop. Is that what she
she's
asked
cool,
for?
Because she's cool.
Oh, she's cool as shit.
Absolutely.
She's cool as shit.
She's not
Absolutely.
like me. She's not like me. She's down.
Oh, but
She's like, you didn't die, right? All right. See you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
Well, then I told you our caddy got stolen.
Oh,
the night
right.
before your truck got stolen.
Yeah.
Right.
And they snatched our shit like between 2 a.m. and 11 a.m.
But did you track
it?
it?
Back in, no.
You didn't
they found
track it?
within
Oh, okay.
25 hours. Yeah.
Okay, we're well past the 25-hour mark on ours.
Oh, this guy took out the
Trey,
tracker now.
Yeah, I'm going to show you this, Trey. So it appears Trey spooked the shit out of this guy, and that's when he started speeding up. Immediately, 5 minutes later, I get this email from Ford, and you can pop it up, Bob. It was the last picture I texted you there on the screen here. So it said, vehicle access removed. It was at 10:56 p.m. Your remote access has been removed from the 2020 F-150
so look,
due to a master reset in the vehicle.
Yeah, so this is this guy's daily driver now. He knows what he's doing. Why he didn't disable that earlier, I don't know, but this is his Raptor now, and he can, pick up all his buddies and be like, I have a Raptor now.
Yeah, and we watched...
Well, he hadn't even tried to switch the license
How do you
plate yet.
say it? Raptor?
What's up? What'd you say, Trey?
He hadn't even tried to switch the license plates yet, so, he's not that smart.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, they still have the license plates on there? Like, what the fuck?
Here's why I think. It's because no one gives a fuck
in
it's
like
these
smash
cities
and grab,
about stolen cars. So I don't think cops give a shit. They just don't care, and they're like, all right, cool, man. I'm on the way to a murder or a robbery or something like that. I don't have time to pull this fucking guy over. And if I do pull him over, who's to say he's not going to step out of the car with a gun and fucking blow me away? Like, why risk it tonight? I'm going to go to the domestic battery thing and try to figure that the fuck out. So homeboy's going to be delivering for probably days on this thing. And then the last part of the story is, no lie, Jesse and all the producers were here. The Austin PD calls me and he goes, hey, just checking in. They were supposed to call back yesterday. Hayes County, rather, not Austin. Hayes County PD. And they were like, did you hear anything? I was like, no, you guys were supposed to call yesterday. And they were like, we don't have anything. I was like, cool, man. Well, my buddy Trey Wetzel tracked the goddamn car for an hour last night as he made 20 deliveries in San Antonio. And he's like, what?
He killed all 9 guys, and I have my truck back. So thanks a lot.
So thanks, man. The blood's on your hands. The bodies are in the alley.
And
go pick them up.
And no, Trey Wetzel is not his real name, so don't even try it.
Don't even try it.
It's an alias.
It's an alias.
But the guy was shocked, Trey. He goes, what? And he goes, do you have anything like a picture or whatever? I go, I got picture. We got video. We got all of it. And he goes, could you email that to me? And I go, I will. But what the fuck are you going to do with it? I gave you the address yesterday at my house of where the car was. Like, you didn't do anything then. So why would you do anything now?
Yeah.
And again, to the police officers, I know you have bigger fish to fry than this. This is why you have guns. The gun debate will be never ending, but it was in my driveway. Nobody entered the house, my home itself. Otherwise, stock full of guns, great. It's fine. But other than that, stolen car, who gives a fuck? You move on with your life and nobody's harmed. I'm just proud of Trey Wetzel for tracking this down last night, because it is possible and it's super fucking easy. You found the car in 44 minutes, for Christ's sakes. So thank you, Trey.
Thank you.
Well,
it at least was entertaining, right?
It was a blast. And honestly,
it was fun as fuck.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Once you found it, I was like, all right, here we go.
Yeah. And then last question, Trey. Scale of 1 to 10, how was that scampi last night?
Oh, fucking 69, bro.
I thought you were going to be like, it's an Olive Garden 4, which is a 10, basically. A 10, yeah.
So let's give Trey a round of applause. Thanks for being here, Trey. We appreciate it, dude.
Thanks, guys.
Keep those streets safe, bud.
Keep the streets safe. We love you, Trey. Have a good day at work, buddy. He's got to go back to his real job.
Right.
What a crazy
Hammer the fucking like button.
Yeah, hammer the like button. Subscribe on YouTube and all that bullshit.
He's definitely...
Love you, buddy.
He's definitely old school.
Yes.
Like back in the day, garage day, Ross Patterson Revolution.
100%.
There's a couple that have turned into...
Old
or I
school
don't even
Nooners.
think of them as people that listened first. It's like we've just always known them.
Yes, friends, as like homies forever. Like he's got my cell. Hey, dude, let's call, let's chat. If you're in town, great. Come by. Let's have some drinks, some laughs, all the other stuff.
Right.
But man, it was exciting.
Yeah.
It was exciting last night, and it is possible to find a fucking car these days in under 45 minutes. Super easy out there, kids. Man, oh man.
It's easy if you care about it. It's easy if you have vested in, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I said, what I saw from last night was like, my gosh, a cop can't do that. Going all those different addresses. They were going in circles.
Well,
you know what I mean?
That's not true. So if you got the license plate, once it's plugged in, it goes, I think, in like a 3 to 5 mile radius, something like that. So like that really narrows your search of people not being able to get away and all this other shit. And I've said this a million times on the show in the past that I didn't think you could get away with anything anymore. I meant murder-wise. This type of shit, nobody cares about.
Yeah.
So if you want to steal a car for the night and take a lady out to a nice dinner or weed,
you definitely can.
Or drop off drugs or pick up your homies down in San Antoine, you can do that and just show up in a nice neighborhood and steal a car. Yeah, I mean, it's totally possible.
How does OnStar not allow access to police departments once the vehicle has been reported stolen? Like, a lot of this stuff is just absolutely ridiculous to me, and I've seen it, like, being in, like, the system a little bit from the other end. It's so incompetent. Like, none of the police forces talk to each other. There's no system to communicate with each other. Like, this should have been the easiest crime in the world to solve. And
Yeah.
it was just so
and they were there.
disregarded. And, like, it took a guy who was ever on patrol in that area 5 minutes to just drive to wherever he was, block him off in the apartment complex, go up to it. Like, it's...
Right.
I don't know. Same thing happened with Mike, though, when he got his car smoked, right, on 6th Street. There's cameras everywhere. He had a bunch of footage.
Oh,
People
Mike
filmed-
Eaton?
Yeah, Mike Eaton.
Yeah.
And cops just didn't want to do anything with it.
But it's like, what can you do as a civilian? Like, what is the course of action?
That's
like, so you just, like, sit there, like, it's...
Again, this will go into the gun debate again. Like, you wonder why so many people have guns. It's things like this, where a lot of it is just protection for your family. You know, in case bad shit happens. I've been robbed a few times in my life. That was the first time I got a gun in L.A., my own gun. Was in L.A. when I got robbed. I got a gun the next day where I was like, all right, well, this can't happen again. Because I was home and I was sleeping at the time.
Yeah, that's what sucks is you had the gun. You had the things. Like, you had the protection. You were ready.
I
Like,
didn't at the time.
They hit you when you were sleeping.
Right, I didn't at the time. And even if they did, I was sleeping. I didn't see it until the security cam footage afterwards. Now, in that instance, here's what's bizarre about that. When they stole that car, because OnStar found it so quickly, he was still driving. And he had to pull it over. The engine was still warm when the cops got there. And his wallet fell out with his ID. And he also had a court citation with his full name, photo, everything else. The same guy had hit the same area in Hollywood for 8 consecutive years. And when they finally caught him, a friend of mine sent me this story. It was the same guy. And it took you 8 years and you knew who the fucking person was for 8 years and you still didn't do anything about it?
Right.
A repo man can find a car and get it back in like 30 minutes.
100%. Oh, dude.
Can we just hire them now? Have the police force hire the repo men.
They don't have the budget for it, and that's the problem. They don't have the budget. They don't have the budget
there
for any of this
should
stuff.
be, I guess there should be some kind of property recovery unit, but like, my gosh.
So what you're saying, if Ross didn't
what?
pay his bill on his car, it would have been found and collected for him. But since he
Yes.
paid on time,
Yeah.
there's just nothing we can do.
Oh, wait.
Exactly right.
And to further your point, Giorgio,
There is something you can pay for insurance and then they take care of it. So like there is stuff you can do.
Hang on, but when the cop came to the house yesterday, he said, is the car late on any payments or is it paid up?
Because he's trying to figure out, did it get towed? Like when he first got there, he's like, did it get towed?
Right.
Is your HOA? Can you not park in the street? Like
Right.
what is going on before I start looking for a stolen car?
100%.
That's all that was.
No, but this goes back to what Giorgio said, because if it's a repo guy, they're there in 30 minutes and they'll grab your shit real quick, you know?
Sure.
They're there and then boom.
Bail bondsman?
Oh.
Oh yeah, dog. Should have gotten dog on it,
Come on,
dude.
dude. Where is Dog? Where is
Hiding
Dog,
inside
the bounty
Japes,
hunter?
waiting to be released.
Yeah. Dog is living his life, brother.
Yeah. Mahalo.
Yeah.
Mahalo,
Yeah,
brother.
That
yeah.
was still the best Halloween costume.
He's got
ever.
an thanks, bud.
Yeah, it was.
I love him. I've always loved him.
Same here.
But yeah, he's living with his new leathery blonde wife, and they're doing it.
He married an identical Beth, is what he did. Like a younger one.
Not younger,
Slightly.
actually.
Really?
Yeah, not
Okay.
younger. Actually, less endowed, which is interesting.
Huh.
Less engine miles, though.
Okay.
Less engine miles for sure, but Beth had assets that kind of superseded anything else that she did. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
stopped
she
her
definitely
room.
did.
Yeah.
Definitely did. I'm glistening in here today. We got an AC. AC. It's about to be kicked on. It's about to be turned on here in a bit. They're coming out to fix it. And
Okay.
yeah, another great thing about Austin when I talked about that on the show the other day. The guy that came out was fucking $6,000 cheaper. I'm like, come on, bro.
Okay.
what are we doing in this city? It's turned into Los Angeles. So, and I'm fine with it. At least I know what it is. I recognize it, and I'm able to move on with my life. Therefore, I don't really give a shit about the car. Whatever happens, happens. And I'm sure when I get it back, there'll be 14 pounds of semen in it, maybe some weed left over, something that I can smoke for the good times, and we can move on with our life, you know?
Sure. I did want to, this is for Giorgio, but I did want to pull a little bit of a Yellow Jackets. I was like, why can't we just go over there and just act like we're insane, right? With a gun. Remember when she got her minivan back?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Like that was the shit I wanted to do.
Same.
Was like just
crazy housewife with a gun is the most dangerous.
And just be like, don't fucking try me, and just get like crazy eyes.
Pop a few off in the air.
Yeah. I've killed before. I'll kill again.
And
do you know what I mean? Something like that.
Awesome.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
It would have been awesome to see Jabes if you would have taken him down. You know. But we learned a lot last night.
Yeah.
That beat life isn't for you.
The beat life isn't for me. No.
It's too long.
Yeah, it's just too much. Like
she's the closer.
Well,
yeah, I'm like the person you call in when you caught him. You know.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you watch these true crime docs. They speed up the time. They speed up everything, and it's like, oh.
No, I will say in the true crime, like the detective investigator that comes in right, after first responders, paramedics, police have all secured the scene. Then you call me in, and I look around. I figure stuff out. I could do that.
Right.
I could do that.
All right. I'm going to hold that to you.
Yep.
I'm going to hold that to you. Back to some entertainment news, though. Jamie Foxx is alive.
Yep.
Thank God, dude.
Yep.
Love Jamie Foxx.
He did it right.
I didn't think he was
I knew
coming
that's
out
what he
of
was
this.
doing.
I didn't think he was going to come out of it, though. I really didn't.
He came back pushing his whiskey brand. I mean, he does it right. That's him.
Yeah.
He comes out on a boat holding his product, waving, looking great, and then went back in.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And show the picture of him on the boat real quick, because they also found him at a Topgolf later.
Yeah.
And then this morning he rescued some fan's purse. Like, he's out and about. Pull that pic up on the boat there real quick. And, pump it up on screen. Boom, there we go.
Yeah. So I've always said he did it right. This is what I was, trying to do for Ross as well, because you don't want a Renner situation. I just think he was really messed up, right? Stroke-wise, don't you think, guys? Mini stroke, something.
Look at the side of his face, though. When
I know.
you say this is a good picture, the man can't lift his left face.
Exactly, but you don't really know that. You know what I mean?
You do. This is terrible. Like, who really... Like, I get it, but, like, maybe just, like, try not to smile? Like, try to cover it up?
Or is it the pixelation?
It might be the pixelation, because there is more shots of him out yesterday. Bob, if you
look, he's moving slow. We all know that he had some medical, I'm saying probably mini stroke. So we all know he had that. But I like that he's showing himself after intense rehab for a long time. No pictures in the hospital. No statements about it. Literally just like, let me come back into the public eye when I feel like it. Otherwise, you guys do not have access to me showering in the hospital, which is all they were trying hard to get.
Yeah, so here's a better shot of him. This was yesterday morning, I believe. It looks good.
Sure he's a little bit different. Let's be real.
He looks good here. This is a good one.
But it's going to take a while, and it took me a while. I remember when I came back, and I didn't go through a stroke. But when I came back, I looked like fucking Tom Hanks in Philadelphia. Like, it's going to take a while.
Yeah, I lost control at that point. But before that, I had.
Show goes on. We had to get the show back on the air and everything else.
Sure.
And we got advertisers and a job. And so does he.
Yeah.
Like, he's got a million responsibilities and things to take care of. So I understand trying to get back in there and then posing with the bottle and all that other stuff. And it keeps your sponsors happy and everything else. But in this shot right here, Bob, and pop that up one more time, he looks great. It looks great.
He does, but how many responsibilities does he have? And any of those responsibilities, can't you just have Wayne Brady fill in?
It's time to cut Giorgio's mic today.
Yeah. What is going on?
Did we just compare? I love Wayne Brady as much as everybody else, but we're not comparing Wayne
He's just
Brady
talking
to Jamie Foxx.
shit about Jamie Foxx.
Jesus, the most talented entertainer of our generation. Then you're like, oh, Wayne Brady could do it. No.
Put some more respect on Wayne Brady.
I like Wayne Brady. I'm a Wayne Brady fan.
Sure.
Okay? But God damn, Jamie sings comedy, impressions.
Wayne Brady.
Drama. He's an Oscar winner. Wayne Brady's never won an Oscar.
That's because they haven't let him.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's true. I'm not saying he can't, by the way. I love Wayne Brady. He probably could.
He easily could. You star Wayne Brady in some, especially if it's like
slave movie?
a musical.
Easily could.
A musical.
Okay.
Let's get him.
Oh, okay. Like if you, yeah.
Let's remake Roots.
But has he gone too far into hosting world where you can't see him any other way?
It could be.
Could be, right? Where it's like, could he possibly do it? Yes. Has he skewed our view of what he can do? Yeah, probably.
He's a chameleon.
Who?
Wayne Brady.
Oh, look, I don't know.
He's doing a Martin Short bit.
God damn it, guys. I didn't want to get into this today about Wayne Brady. I really, let's leave Wayne out of it, man.
I know.
He did nothing
leave
to you
poor
guys,
Wayne
dude.
alone.
Jesus Christ,
Man,
Giorgio.
jeez.
Leave Wayne
hating
alone,
on Jamie
bro.
Foxx.
My
look at
God.
it. Can't even fucking lift the side of his face. Yeah, man, he had a stroke.
Yeah.
Give him
I'm
a
just
fucking
saying.
break.
And it's a pixelated picture. Like,
Jamie Foxx after a stroke is equal to one Wayne Brady.
Oh, fair.
God, dude.
Possibly fair.
I can't, dude.
He may be.
Yeah.
What I need to do is see him playing pickleball.
Giorgio just walked off.
Yeah. He likes to just drop Wayne Brady stuff.
So he did go to a Top Golf, and they have him swinging a club at Top Golf, and he was smoking drives, so, full range of motion for a golf swing and everything else. So good for him. I say I love him. He's, in my opinion, the best entertainer of our generation. And
Madonna's been spotted.
She's spotted.
So people
Madonna
they're
actually
okay.
looked relatively normal again. Where I was like,
Well, she wasn't in the hospital for that long.
Yeah, so go to Madonna's Instagram because she just popped up too after almost dying. And go to her Instagram, Bob. And on there, she had a thank you to her fans and then a photo of her.
Well, we don't know how current that photo is.
She kind of looks like death a little bit, which actually makes her look better than she used to. So, yeah, go to the next one.
This is the best she's ever looked.
That's what I said. That's what I said, Bob. That's what I said.
In 15 years.
It's like they took the crap out of her cheeks or something.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I think she definitely lost some fat in the hospital, right? That's what you do.
Filler.
Lost some filler, some muscle.
Filler,
yeah.
You know she's about to go on tour again.
No. There's no way.
Yes, she is.
Nope. So here's why. The ticket sales have been awful. This is an easy
She's going to
way
go to
out.
Europe, I think.
Yeah, Europe.
North America, she's not.
Europe
selling
and
great.
Asia will sell amazingly. Like, I don't think the United
So
States
she's
cares
canceling
anymore.
her North American for now.
Correct. Which is due to ticket sales, She'll do Europe and Asia. She's still great there.
She's alive. Good for her.
Yeah, good for her. Now,
But it was septic. I think it was sepsis, though.
It was?
It was whatever I said it was.
Plastic surgery?
It was some complication of a surgery that she had, and she went into septic shock. They had to use Narcan, which people thought she OD'd, but you use Narcan if someone's in septic shock, whatever, as well.
Gotcha.
So-
Gotcha. All right.
Just want to say I was right one time.
Yeah, you got it. I'll give it to you. We'll give you, if we had a ding or a check mark, we would give it
applause
to
or
you. Yeah.
any kind
No,
of
it's fine. No. We're overusing the applause.
No, we definitely aren't
we
today.
have been overusing the applause
We're
today.
definitely
such thing.
not today. Next thing I want to bring up is this Jonah Hill controversy that's going around about the text messages leaked by the ex-girlfriend and all this other shit. It was the same chick we showed you, what was it, a year and a half ago?
The
They were
surfer
wearing
chick.
matching suits to a premiere and all that shit. And they looked so happy and everything else. I'd never heard of this girl, and I was like, this is going to turn out bad. It's going to turn out bad.
She's a surfer. I don't know if she's pro, but she's definitely like big in the surfing.
That's like her job.
That's her job.
Is it being, if not an actual surfer, like sort of a surfing celebrity?
Like brand
within
ambassador,
that,
surfing. Yeah.
Okay.
Within the, and I hate to say it because Jonah Hill used it so many times in the text, but surf community.
Yes.
Yep.
We are a community.
Yeah. But you know that community better than anyone else.
And we don't call it surf community.
So lame.
Well, check it out, right? Like he made that fucking skate movie, and then all of a sudden Jonah Hill's this like big time skater when he was a kid, and he's
we never heard that.
Surfer
with the surf
we
stuff.
never heard that story
This was
before,
not
right?
his childhood. I think he's making things up.
No, he got obsessed in surfing. This is what happens when people move to LA. They
Yep.
get money. They have nothing to do
Yep.
because like none of the parts are good anymore. So I'm going to hang out in Malibu or Santa Monica and surf for a little bit. And these are my new friends.
But the skate movie he made was supposed to be a love letter to his childhood that I do not believe he had.
No, he had rich parents. He went to a very rich private school.
he bought a skateboard and
I
was
did
bad
like
at
that
it.
movie though.
It was a good movie. I enjoyed the movie though. Great
90s
movie.
Kid?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Are you gonna watch the documentary on how his therapist is Jesus or something?
Yeah, so Jesse made me watch that and got through about 10 minutes and wanted to hang myself in front of the psychiatrist.
So apparently
I
this
liked it.
all went down around the time they made that movie, right?
Yeah, he made her go to couples therapy with Stutz. So he was like, it's so fucked.
So really this is an indictment of the therapist, no?
Yeah, he's dog shit. And basically, it seemed to me like Jonah Hill was like, okay, listen up. Like, I go to this awesome therapist now, and he's telling me everything, which means I know everything.
He told me to set boundaries.
Yeah, so the reason why you can't turn your personal therapist into then a couples therapist most of the time.
The arbitrator of your relationship?
They can't do that. And
Yeah.
then if they do that, they can't go back to being your personal therapist because you're basically just bringing in a referee that's on your side to like back up what you're trying to control this girl to do, right?
Now maybe that sounds unethical of Stutz, but hear me out. He makes a lot of money off of Jonah Hill.
Sure. And Drew Barrymore and all the other celebrity. Now, look, I like him. Like, I think Jonah Hill uses his therapy as a weapon, but Stutz, I didn't mind. As a therapist, I didn't mind him. He wasn't wrong.
Yeah.
Stop being a fucking little bitch and live your life is basically his thing.
Yeah.
Like, stop being a little bitch, get a routine,
And I think
get yourself
everyone
together.
in this entire situation is wrong. Like she's releasing the text a year and a half after they break up.
I
He's
agree.
with another girl. They have a kid.
Yep.
I don't really know
agree.
if anyone here is a good guy.
No, for sure.
No.
But it's interesting to see. It's a good test. Like I was going to use this as a test. Just read this text and see what you guys thought about it.
And then
do you know what I
also-
mean? Like just a test of
haven't
like
heard-
where
haven't heard
you
yet.
land.
Before we do that, to preface with like nothing that is said privately in a relationship should ever be released.
I agree. And the other part about this is, Bob, if you want to pull up that
I'm sure
text,
some people would be. Yeah.
if you want to pull up that text, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. It's not like
Of course you
not like that. Like
you just fucking
which one do you
failed the test.
no, dude. But it's like I watched the Steven Crowder video and I thought that was bad. Okay, he's giving her one car. They've got to share a car. He's screaming at the pregnant wife, all that other shit. Whereas this text. This reads to me like something your therapist gave you and you just copied and pasted it.
And you're misusing it to control somebody.
Is he controlling her or is he saying, look, because
Okay,
at the bottom
we
of
can
this.
go through it. No, we can go through
But
it.
also, you should probably know what you get yourself into. She's
With
a
Jonah?
surfer. No. She
with him,
was a
yes.
surfer. She posts bikini photos before.
Right.
Like, you can't just go into this
So
and be like, you got to
let's
change this
let's
shit.
actually break down what happened. Jonah Hill, like you said, got bored, got a little bit in shape, wanted to surf, infiltrated the surf community. So now he's in the surf community. He starts hooking up with one of the biggest stars in,
I don't
as
even
far
know
as
her name.
Okay, in the surf community. Sorry. But like she represents brands. She gets paid on Instagram to like post bikinis, post surfing pic, like all of this.
Okay.
Sponsored essentially.
Okay.
She was surfing before. She's been surfing forever, posting all the pictures that she's posting, hanging out with all the people, living her life.
Okay.
Jonah Hill comes in and then does this. Do you know what I mean? And the only problem is she she complies. Do you know what I mean?
No.
Did
So,
she, or does he just ignore it?
but the last line of this
her
text.
texts back are like, okay, I've deleted these videos. Is that okay? What about this one? Is this one okay? And he's like, yeah, that's fine. Just not the thong one. Like literally controlling what she's putting on the internet. They're not fucking married. They don't have kids. Controlling what she puts on the internet, telling her who she can hang out with, who she can surf with, what guys she can surf with, what girls she can be friends with. If nobody thinks this is control, you guys all have a fucking problem.
No, it's not about the control issue, but I'm saying from a cancellation standpoint.
No, not cancel.
If you're looking at this, but
He's not gonna
everybody
be
else is
canceled.
trying to
No.
cancel him online and all this other shit.
No.
Because at the bottom of this text, he said, look, if this is what you want to do with your life, go find the happiness you want, and I support it, but we're just not going to be together. And that's it.
It's a little bit of an ultimatum.
That's not it.
It
And
is, but they ended up
keeps
breaking up
going.
afterwards.
He keeps going after that, and then they break up.
Yeah,
But-
this is not the bad text. All the bad texts are the
right, when
Yes.
she's going back and forth, trying to comply, trying to, say the people she won't hang. That's when it gets like, it's Jonah Hill. He has some sort of power. I mean, look, she could probably date whoever she wants, but he has
Power, fame, money, does things.
right,
access.
and they're dating, and so when he says, I'm taking this away from you, if you don't, she's going to try and please him.
completely.
You should never tell someone all of these things that they need to change in order to date you when they were doing that when you started dating them.
Right.
Then you're making them feel bad about their life before you peace out. Just want to let you know you're a piece of shit. I can't be with you anymore. Instead of being like, look, it's not working. There's nothing wrong with you, but like, it's just not working for me.
But then-
Instead of laying out everything horrible that she's doing before he fucking leaves. So.
But then at the end of it, they break up, they move on, and then a year and a half later, you decide to go on Instagram.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That's
stupid.
I think he's married now. I think he has a kid now. All this stuff, and then you're like, you know what? Here's who he used to be fucking 2 years ago. It's like,
Should we
bro,
read?
This,
Should
no,
we
but this
read
is
it?
so basic. Like I don't know what this is an indictment of, but like every guy wants to go to the streets. He wants to get the thotty girl. He wants to get the girl that every guy wants. He wants her to be like
not.
this, but
And then they complain when they act thoughty.
exactly.
Right.
It's like you want to be the guy to turn the hoe into a housewife, and I
So
don't
should
mean
we
that disrespectfully.
read? Should we read any of these?
Yeah, I'm done.
Bob had it up on screen, but feel free. Go ahead.
There's more.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
there is.
So
There's
I'll
guys.
read.
more.
I'll read this one, and then Bob, why don't you find
Okay.
the other ones of her kind of like going back and forth? But he sends to her, plain and simple. If you need
Pop that one on screen. It's right there.
surfing with men, boundaryless, spelled wrong, inappropriate friendships with men, to model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures, friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something like that. So you're allowed to get coffee or lunch, but you can't hang out with them. I'm not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it. And there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for romantic partnership. My boundaries.
It sounds
with
exactly like
you.
his therapist.
Exactly. And he's using therapy speak to control someone.
And
my boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust.
There's only two things in here that are even like remotely, maybe possibly understandable. And like most of it's just outright insane.
Yes.
Like the friendships with women while unstable past. I don't know if like she had a drug problem or he had a drug problem, and he's like, dude, we can't be around these people. Like we can't be around blasting off lines of blow or what. That if that's the context, maybe, right?
Maybe, but that's not how you say it, right?
And then I guess if she's literally getting fucked by other dudes.
Yeah, to post sexual pictures.
Well, boundaryless, inappropriate friendships with men. I don't know. She's like, babe,
No.
everybody fucks in the surf shower. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
but it's not even really like fucking. It's really like it's a girl in a dude's
Right. So
world,
what I'm
right?
saying
So
is
like you're gonna be like a dude when you're hanging out with the dudes and whatever.
those are the only two with a kernel of maybe. Like
Sure.
a kernel. The other ones are all just fucked. Surfing with men? What?
You
need
want
be
me
at
to
a
just, like-
women's only beach?
Just like go paddle really fast away if I see if a guy's catching the wave.
You gotta
What
get
is
out of
it?
there. Catch
I'm
the first
with
barrel.
Jonah. I'm with Jonah. I
Like,
mean, my God.
Post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit. You work
Dude, I
on
do
the
that as my
beach.
job.
Like it's your fucking job to post sexual pictures. What the fuck does that even mean? Like this is just
Yeah, how are you gonna not post a photo of you in a
Okay,
bikini
so
or a
then
bathing
what
suit
is-
when you surf?
When
Cover
you
up.
surf.
Join the Nation of Islam. All
Right,
right?
right.
That's what she's supposed to
Exactly.
do.
Exactly.
Girls' board shorts are in right now.
Cover up.
No, he wants full winter wetsuit with the head.
Hijab, dude.
The head that goes all the way over.
Yeah,
and like this.
hijab up.
Okay, so what else did you find from this? Now, again, don't love that she posted it, but sometimes you just want people to, you almost want to feel like you're not crazy, but this is not the way to do it. Show it to your therapist. Don't put it on fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. Okay.
It's definitely weird.
Devil's avocado. If you're going to go to therapy once a week and pay or twice a week even for Jonah, he probably loves it, and is paying that exorbitant amount of money for it, are you allowed to like use it as a little, emotional blackmail?
Yeah, for sure. For sure. He's just like deeply, it's just like, it's almost sad. Like even this whole text is just like an insecure, like even if he has lost weight, it's an insecure fat kid that just doesn't
Look at
want.
this too.
This is the worst.
Oh,
one.
I didn't read this one. I didn't see this
I
one.
love how your therapist thinks I suck. I literally am the best boyfriend on earth.
Oh,
Oh, okay, cool.
That's
So
like,
she's got a therapist
that's
too?
usually how
Well, it's LA.
that
They all have fucking
works.
therapists.
Oh, I didn't know she had a therapist too.
Do you have the
Okay.
ones, Bob, where she's saying like she'll take down like, okay, I've taken down 3 videos. I took down that picture. Is that good enough? Anything like that?
I'll try to find it.
Yeah, there's
it's
a
an
bunch on there.
exchange
Yeah.
between them. He says, again, surf community so many times I can't even handle it. But
I can because it is a community and it's shitty. It's so fucking lame.
yeah, but
dude.
he's acting like it's not.
God,
He's
when
like,
I moved-
within, how dare you, within the surf community. And it's like, dude, nobody knows who you are.
When I
except
moved
for
out
Malibu
there,
and
it's
Coops.
like because the waves aren't like spectacular there. They are up by you.
Yes.
But like by us and out there, they're fine. It's okay. But any dickhead can kind of pick up a board and figure it the fuck out. And then they
rent
turn
one.
into this community of like, it's like Aubrey Marcus, but on the beach.
Right. Also, like when you don't have real problems and you go to therapy, you almost become a sociopath.
Yes. Yes, because you're rich, you have everything. The only problem probably in his past was, getting picked on for being fat or something like that. But, you're famous, you're hilarious, you're making all the things, you get any movie greenlit. What's the problem? I don't, get the fuck over it. The fact that she had a therapist as well is also hilarious, though.
It's LA.
I know, but it's so expensive, and you're just like, where does everybody have the time and the money? Christ, man.
Self-care has no price.
I don't have a fucking hour out of my goddamn day.
Maybe she had better help.
Yeah. Even with Jessie last night, like, I understand why she's exhausted and wants to go to sleep, man. We got 3 fucking kids. We got a life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Trying to squeeze in therapy and then, a surfing hour every single goddamn day. Could you imagine? I got to go surf for an hour and a half this morning, then go see my therapist. I'll see you afterwards.
And then I'll
Right.
cold plunge, and then I'll go get a juice.
Yeah, I'm going to juice up at
then
that
we met
juice
girls.
bar. Yeah, go to that juice bar.
And look, like it's not horrible. I don't know, but it's definitely just showing the bad side of a relationship between an insecure dude and a weird girl.
He's the nice guy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Right.
fucking nice. I guess nice guys never fucking win, bitch.
Yeah, they don't.
That kind of thing.
They don't.
Why do people keep trying to be
They
nice
don't.
guys? If we know
don't
this,
do it. Yes, be Sean Penn. Be Josh Brolin. Be the
Jonah
wife
Hill.
beater you were supposed to be. No, but he wasn't.
That's the thing.
beating
It's
her.
like that's the thing. What's worse? This insidious thing where people are divided on whether this is control or not, or is it easier for someone to just be like, "Yeah, he hit me. It was he hit me and then I left," instead of like,
Yeah.
"I don't know. Is it controlling? Is it not? Is it okay? Am I really wrong?" Like that kind of shit fucks you up way more.
And you go to Sean Connery style, dude, where you get a little rap on the beak.
But then it's like in your face, and you don't
Dude.
have to think about whether you're being abused or not.
So I guess she got a bunch of new texts from him. He responded to her, texted her, or whatever.
Fuck yeah! What's
Today?
this
I don't
all
know.
about?
It's a Jonah Hill's quote unquote accuser. She's not an accuser.
No.
Just released a barrage of new texts. Yeah. So he texted her and like, fuck, I was
So
ahead,
after
read
she,
it.
after she released it?
Yeah, I guess so,
Okay,
yeah.
okay, go ahead.
Read this, Bob.
screenshotting intimate text between us is a huge triggering violation for me and a breach of
Therapy.
trust.
Okay.
Triggering right away. Fuck off. I mean, look, it was shitty. She shouldn't have done this, but like, he's clearly doing things that were way beyond the bounds
But
of what
leave it
normal boyfriend should.
leave it alone. And by the way, call her up.
Yeah.
Right? Say it, forget it, write it.
She'll probably
Regret
record
it.
it. What was that doc we just watched?
So then
where they
be-
recorded it. This is fine. Read the
Anyway,
rest
go
of this.
ahead.
'Cause
Sorry.
this is a statement from a publicist,
Before that,
essentially.
back to Jesse's point, like she literally proved that she will post the text. So-
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you're
At
going
the
to
call.
text her?
Call.
Actually, you know what? He probably wanted her to text this. How does he come off? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Or he's a coward.
I don't. He probably is, to be honest. And these next couple lines.
He's triggered.
I have explained to you about breaches of trust I've had between trusted friends recently that have caused me trauma.
Yep.
There we go.
Yep. That's another.
Buzzy.
And I, as soon as I hear the word trauma, and it's not like, yeah, man, it was pretty traumatic. My leg got sawed off in that car accident.
For sure.
I'm just out.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
out
yeah.
on that
That's
person.
a
No,
therapist.
no.
That's something a therapist says.
Yeah.
That was your trauma.
I am incredibly hurt and feel a lack of safety where I have always trusted you. Lack of safety. Yeah, you're not safe anymore. Fucking.
Safety's another one. Keep going.
I'm sorry if a former partner, I think he meant to say, if as a former partner moving on is painful, and I empathize with that. But I have done nothing wrong, and if I wasn't a public person, I wouldn't face this kind of violation. And
one.
having shared that with you and then watching you be like this today shatters my ability to trust anybody even further.
Yeah.
Because that's rational. That's rational, right?
Me.
Right.
It's not ever about like I'm sorry. I see like if he wanted to actually have the conversation, like I'm sorry that we ended like that or it got to that place. But all he's talking about is how he feels again and how he's being treated again.
Yeah.
And she's like, there you go. I'll post this because anyone would have a field day with how he's responding.
But I love this too because but I have done nothing wrong, dude. All I did, babe, was tell you
what to do, where to go,
exactly what to do, or stop dating me.
Yeah,
I didn't do anything.
I didn't
wrong.
do
I
anything
made
wrong.
It very clear. You follow my specific rules, or we can't date.
And I ended it with, I'll support you either way, right? I mean, how is that bad?
You're never,
Babe.
You're never wrong to give an ultimatum.
No. And you're never wrong to like make people feel bad about their entire life and how good you are. And if they want to be with the goodness that is you, they can just stop doing never, ever. Oh. Now look, did any of us think that Jonah Hill was a super sweet, awesome guy? No. Right?
Look, I worked with him for 4 months. I did a movie
Exactly.
with him for 4 months.
We never thought that he was, so it's kind of just
I did not enjoy the experience, but it was an actor, not as a real person, so it is what it is. None of this is shocking, though, to me, where it was like, all right, cool, yeah.
You're
and then
in
especially
control,
after you
sort of.
showed me that doc, I was like, okay. So all of this is therapy speak and all the other shit.
Here's one
He's
where he's just
over-therapized,
Here's
for
one where
sure.
he's straight being a dickhole. This is one of my favorite ones too. He's like, I did nothing wrong. Like this is just.
Okay.
He goes, oh, and modeling, which is the last profession I would be with as a partner. She responds, quote unquote, thought pics, obviously in reference to something else they said. Jonah, but LOL, must be hard feeling so trapped. Like he's mocking her for the boundaries
As he's trapping her.
Right.
He's going, oh, do you feel trapped now?
Oh, little baby feels trapped.
Sorry.
Then
model. You're just a model, which is stupid.
Well, it gets worse, too. So Sarah goes, well, maybe you should have asked me more about what I do for work before you decided to date me then. A little late now. And then this is the best part. Keep taking me for granted. Go model. It's a fulfilling life. You'll love it. Real depth and substance and sustainability for relationships.
Oh, that's really funny, though. I admire the comedy in it, you know? An Instagram model. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. But you know what you're getting into beforehand, you know?
Who? Both of them.
Yes.
Both
Yes.
of them.
Both of them. Both of them.
And she was fine with it.
And both of their therapists
He
probably told them
decided
that.
to.
Yeah.
He decided to try and change the situation,
Yeah.
which always works
You
out.
can't wash up a thought, dude. That's what Giorgio's trying to do, okay?
It's whoa.
Giorgio.
She's definitely not even that. Like
Who?
the girl.
Oh, I know. She's not hot. She's not
No, I
attractive.
mean, she's just like,
That's fine. She's not attractive.
Just say she's not thoughty.
She's not.
she's not thoughty.
It's not worthy of a follow on there. Like Bob will
Right.
tell you, okay? Bob's got all the top 100 followed. She's probably not in your top 500, I would imagine, Bob.
Oh, speaking of, we have a new Instagram post from Bob's girlfriend, Hassie.
Hassie?
Hassie.
From Yellowstone?
Yeah, that's
Let's go.
super hilarious. And now,
She's so funny.
She's hilarious.
she's
So
so
funny.
funny.
I
We should
love
get her
her.
on the show.
I
would
know.
love to. I'll call her. Let's go.
I know.
Anyway, she had
Yeah.
a great caption on this I thought was funny, and
Okay.
I thought you guys would like it.
Thank you.
You thought it was funny.
Yeah, I read the caption.
Oh, from Yellowstone. Ryan Bingham.
Okay.
Yeah, she goes, highly recommend taking your cowboy to the beach, which is hilarious.
Oh my
Cowboy
God!
to the beach.
Yes.
Yes, because he's wearing
Yes.
a cowboy hat on the beach.
And anyway, I'd burn down my marriage for this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure,
Yeah.
Bob.
Look at that. Look
I
at
love
that.
Bob's response
Original.
at the bottom, though. It's
Original.
true. He's like, I'd burn down my marriage for this.
Yeah. Oh, no. Like, I'm not saying anything about how she looks. Like, my Lord.
Cassie. And I didn't know it was the same chick from Tacoma PD, and I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
She is
'cause
hilarious.
she's a
is.
comedian.
I know. I know. Big Tacoma PD fan.
Yeah, we
love
just
those guys.
needed to,
Either way, this will be keep it in the theme of Yellowstone here to end the show. I just want to trigger you one last time before we get off air today. Okay, just one last time. Meghan Markle is being rumored to star in a remake of The Bodyguard with Yellowstone star Kevin Costner right now. And the internet is fucking melting down.
That's a troll.
Which it should. It is not.
Yeah, it is.
It definitely is not.
That's not going to happen.
I'm not sure anymore. I would have said no 5-6 years ago. Not now. With the way everything is going now, I don't really know anymore. One of the hottest shows on Netflix, because like I said, they're selling all the content now to Netflix.
I'm down with the remake.
Hang
I'm just
on.
saying Meghan Markle will not.
One of the hottest shows on Netflix right now is Suits. So Suits just sold to Netflix. It debuted at number 1, and then it's been hanging in the top 10 for like the last 2 weeks. The cast of Suits actually reunited, sans Meghan Markle, of course, because she's too famous for them. And they said, we're enjoying the newfound fame and success, and everybody's finally watching this show on Netflix, and we're excited for the future, and who knows what happens there. So I don't know. I don't really know anymore. And if you're looking for a big boy paycheck, Costner would get $30 million for that, probably. Producing, starring, all that other shit. Meghan Markle, like it or not, the doc and all that shit did very, very well on Netflix. If you're going to do it, that's the place to pair them up, even if you come to hate it. Because even the movie they're doing now with Roadhouse, from a dude's perspective, like, I already hate what I'm seeing from that fucking movie, but I'm going to watch the goddamn thing.
Yeah, but it doesn't have. I mean, Jake Gyllenhaal is not like controversial figure, right? Like, he's good.
He's dope.
You at least are going to
he's
be like,
great.
everyone in it is good. Whether I'm okay with it being a remake of one of my favorite movies is another story.
But you got Swayze, you got Sam Shepard, Coolers, the banquet beer. You got all the things in the original that made it cheesy and awesome and fun. They're in a bar, they're kicking ass, people are dying in houses and mansions and all that stuff. We already know the ending of this movie is in the UFC, where the bouncer ends up in the UFC against Conor McGregor. That's just a little much based on the first movie for me to kind of stretch. Just rename it something else.
All I need is McGregor to basically just say, I used to fuck guys like you in prison.
Yeah.
I
all I
hope
need.
Yeah.
he says that.
He has to.
Has
They're
to.
gonna make it. They're gonna make it cheesy. They're gonna make it fun. They're gonna
Gyllenhaal-
make it Roadhouse.
Gyllenhaal doesn't do anything cheesy, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, he does.
Recently, what has he done that's cheesy?
Okja.
He just did a Michael
Okja was dope,
He
dude.
did a Michael
He
Bay
was
movie.
cheesy in it though. Remember, he was
Well-
like this weird circus performer dude, and he went way over the top.
But Okja was a dope movie.
Yeah, Okja was
And the
dope.
director ended up winning an Oscar, the film after? For Parasite? Yeah.
I think personally that Ambulance was enjoyably cheesy.
Ambulance.
The Michael Bay movie he was in.
Oh,
was
I
in?
didn't see it, so I apologize. I didn't see that one.
He just did Ambulance. It's just a big fucking car chase scene through the city, basically. It's like an hour and a half, 2 hour car chase. He definitely hams it up in that. It's great. It's a total popcorn. I enjoyed it.
Okay. And look, I'm starting to enjoy movies like that more and more because we don't get many of them anymore. Even, dude, I talked about Fast X, where I was like, 15 minutes in, it clicked in. I was like, oh, shit, this is what this is supposed to be. And they said the word family 47 times in it. And then I flipped and I loved it. I went back again with the kids. I loved it even more the second time. And I'm just waiting for them to say family the entire movie. It was awesome. It was like a drinking game.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to enjoy that more and more. Same with Klansmovie. I enjoyed the shit out of it. There's a bunch of people shooting shit up, killing people in the streets. And you're like, yes, dude, I don't even know if this is possible, but I love it. And I enjoy watching it. So yeah, I don't mind it. I just have a certain feeling towards Roadhouse. It was a very special movie, and I love it in my life. I didn't want to see it be remade. R.I.P. Swayze. Okay? Okay?
That's fair.
Great show today. We're going to do this crossover on Drinking Bros here with this to update everybody because we got a guest on Drinking Bros this afternoon. In the meantime, though, the GIMP suit is coming. You guys got us over 2,000 reviews on iTunes. I don't know that company very well, so when it shows up, it shows up. It'll be here, and then it'll just magically pop up on the show. But thank you for all the reviews on iTunes and Spotify. We appreciate you tuning in, kids. Drinking Bros is live at 2 p.m. Central on our Patreon channel. Just type in Drinking Bros Podcast. We got live shows on there every single day of the week. As a matter of fact, our channel has the most live shows per month of any channel on Patreon right now. So you're getting both. You're getting YouTube and the old Patreon. Subscribe to that as well. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.